Hey y'all, today we are going to be exploring Godley, Texas.
Well, that's it.
Yep. This is a small Texas town that's blowing up on the south side of Fort Worth. And there are, I don't know, what, 7 or 8 new home communities out here?
Oh, more than that.
Yeah, basically if there's a home community, it's new. And so we're going to be exploring most of them today. And if you stick around to the very end, we're going to give you a sneak peek at a brand new community with 10-acre plus lots. So that's going to be pretty cool. Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. Before we jump into the neighborhood tours, we're going to give you a little bit of information on where Godley is and also the schools, so you make sure, that way you make sure you're watching the right video. But yeah, you want to talk about the location?
Yeah, so for people who don't know where Godley is, it's located about half an hour south and slightly west of Fort Worth. So it's to the west of the, what is that, the 35? West of Joshua. But that means that you're about 17 minutes away from Cleburne. And like I said, you're about half an hour from downtown Fort Worth, and that means you're about half an hour from Burleson as well. So you can go in either direction. It'll take you about half an hour to make it to either of those fairly sizable cities. And I know Godley's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and some of you guys are thinking, like, where am I going to get provisions? They actually do. It took a little bit of searching, but they do have a grocery store in town. It is the Spring Market, and you also have the Country Corner store, I think it's called, but they spell country and corner with K's, even though neither of those have K's in them.
Classic with a K.
Yeah. But sorry, getting sidetracked, but Arlington is going to be about 50 minutes away. The DFW airport's an hour away, and Dallas is going to be about 75 minutes. So it's not for those that don't like driving, unless you just want to stay in Godley the whole time and you're self-sufficient like some kind of prepper.
I missed the button.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, the other thing that we realized is Godley doesn't have a coffee shop.
Yeah, that was sad to find out once we had made it to Godley without drinking coffee.
Yeah, so anyways, if you are somebody that's thinking about relocating and you want to own a coffee business, great spot. Yeah, cool. So schools in Godley. So surprisingly, they're average or slightly above. The Godley ISD is B+ rated on niche.com, so slightly above average. However, I don't know how they got to that because all the school rankings are like straight down the middle. Godley Elementary School is B rated. Godley Intermediate School, which is 2nd grade through 6th, is also B rated. Godley Middle School is B- rated, and Godley High School is B rated. Right, so these are all going to be pretty average. I did read a few reviews. Some people are complaining they focus too much on sports, which, if you've seen the new campus going up. Well,
I mean, no offense, but I don't think anyone's coming out of Godley because of academic scholarships. It's probably because of football.
Well, hey, there is, I would venture to say 80% of that population in Godley's new.
That's fair. They have a fresh round of competition for academia.
Yeah, there's a bunch of folks that are moving from South Fort Worth, Crowley, Burleson, all those kind of areas just to get a little bit out of the city again. And then, in another 10 years to be like, dang it, how do we end up in the city? And I'll have to move out again.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's hop to the home tours. Hey, also our first stop of the day is Star Ranch. Not to be confused with Starlight Ranch, which we're going to see here in a little bit. But if you came from the big city and all those cookie cutter neighborhoods down to Godley to see the country, you can be a little disappointed with this neighborhood. This is by Bloomfield Homes. It does look like a traditional cookie cutter neighborhood, but we're going to talk about why you might still want to make that trek down here in just a little bit. But we're going to take a look at this house that we're standing in now and tell you a little bit about it. All right, so first off, this is the 50-foot lot product. This is the Dogwood 3. This is about 2,300 square feet. And I'm gonna be partial to this because my favorite color is blue. I think they did a great job decorating. So right off the entryway here, we've got like the dining area, which I guess could be a living space for you. But then you've got this long open space here That's going to connect your kitchen to your second dining. I don't know why they have so many dining rooms in one place. And then weird half wall and living area. I'm sure you could probably get it with or without this wall. A couple things to note: gas appliances, nice eat-on island here, so extra cabinetry. It's the first one of the day. I'm not quite all there. I didn't get my coffee. Anyways, over here we're gonna have a couple bedrooms. So this actually has 4 bedrooms in this, but you've got a bedroom here, bedroom here. These are not huge. This is probably 12 by 10, something like that. Same with the other one, and then nice bathroom here. So Bloomfield builds a very nice house. They are a production builder, so build a lot of homes pretty quick. Now, you don't have your 8-foot doors, anything crazy like that. You do get these nice tall baseboards in here. And making our way through, I'm gonna show you the master bedroom. Now, this particular one has a pop-up here. So upstairs, you're gonna find that there is a landing space with a media room, another bedroom, and a bathroom. So if you've got an extra kid or something like that, you wanna stick them up there, or mother-in-law, you've got space for that. But here we are in the master bedroom, and this is really good size, actually. So a lot of room in here. They've got a dresser, an extra chair. I think this is a queen size bed, but you could definitely fit a king size in here. And then we're gonna make our way around. Got these nice double doors opening into the bathroom here. Anyways, you've got dual sinks. You have a really good size closet back here and walk-in shower. So anyways, very nice community here. Now the thing about this, and you're thinking, hey, why would I move down to Godley to be in a neighborhood like this? Well, one, I think the lots are a little bit bigger. If you take a look at the backyard, there's normally, in my experience, when you're looking at a house with this footprint, the yards are a little bit smaller. Even though this isn't huge, it's still a better size than what you normally get. And then the other thing too, this house is going to be priced somewhere around $380. So if you were $380, $390, depending on finish outs, things like that. So if you were to buy this in like a Fort Worth neighborhood or like somewhere around Alliance or Hadley, you're probably paying close to $500,000 for this. So that I think is one of the big draws here to Godley. So as far as amenities go in this neighborhood, you've got a bunch of walking trails, which by the way, not allowed to walk in a straight line out here. They're all curvy for some reason. You also have a fishing pond over here that, I mean, they really left nature, I guess, is one way to put it. It's not super pretty, but it's a fishing pond. And they've also got a soccer field and a playground. So there's plenty to do out here. But anyways, if you're interested, this is going to be, right now, price range is from about $300,000 up to about $550,000 if you want to be in this neighborhood.
All right, guys, so we just pulled into Wildcat Ridge. It's the second stop on our journey today. It was kind of impromptu because we saw it on the way to another one of the ones that we're going to see probably after this at Coyote Crossing. But from what we were able to find, the houses in here range from like the 400s all the way up to about 550. Looks like there's maybe 4 or 5 semi-custom builders in here. We saw a Kudo home sign. There was what was the other one? Clarity Homes.
Clarity, Elmwood. We're gonna show you guys a Ventura home.
Yep.
Ventura, not the Pet Detective.
No.
And God, I know I'm missing one. Oh, Bloomfield, right in front of us. Bloomfield's
yep.
here, which is more of a production builder, but I mean they do build a nice house, so they got lots of floor plans to choose from.
Yeah, it looks like there's still tons of lots out here available. So if you see the house we're gonna show you and you think that's for me, this might be the place to go.
All right, guys, we've taken a hop, skip, and a jump over to Wildcat Ridge, which is a sort of a one-lane new build community that's over here in Godley. But it's really cool because it's they've got a bunch of different builders, like 4 or 5 guys out here. And I wanted to take you guys through a quick tour of a Ventura build because we haven't shown any of their houses on this channel yet. And I think they've got a lot of very unique assets that I'm really excited to show off. So let's take a look at it real quick. All right, guys, so after we walked in this lovely 8-foot iron door, which I love this aesthetic, I'm glad builders are doing all of that. I did want to point out that in Wildcat Ridge, one of the cool things about this community is the fact that these lots are at about half an acre. So you still get like that suburban-esque feel of a nice new home community, but you still get that open, you know, spaciousness that Godley's known for. But here, as soon as we walk into this house, this is going to be about a 2,300 square foot house. It's a 3-bed, 2.5 bath, and immediately to your right, we're going to actually have a flex space or an office space with the double doors here. I know a lot of people like to do French doors and stuff like that, but they just went with a solid core door. But continuing on past the entryway here, we do actually have the living room immediately here. We got a fireplace to the left, and then the living room here, these nice sliding glass doors back behind me. Over to my left, you've got a kitchen with an eat-on countertop. You've got some top-of-the-line Z-line gas cooktop. It's just a little slide-in, but it's still good quality hardware and everything like that. They did go with an interesting aesthetic choice because they've got mismatching hardware with the sink and handles, but I know some people like a little bit of eclecticness in their life with things like these cone-shaped globes and whatnot. But one thing I really want to point out is right next to the refrigerator nook, we have this floor to maybe 6.5 foot tall cabinet thing here. And I know a lot of people may be looking at it like, that's a very interesting way to set up a cabinet without like a little toe poke underneath it. But it's not just a cabinet, because if we open this up, there's actually a full-sized pantry back here. So I've seen some of these that are set up like butler pantries. They'll have like a little wet bar area and stuff like that. This one's just shelving like a regular pantry, but I think it's a very unique and interesting way to tuck away all of your stored goods and whatnot. So continuing back on to the kitchen itself. Right across the way over here, we do get this lovely little breakfast nook / dining area with the windows letting in all the natural lighting and everything. And with how light and bright all the decor in this area or in this building is, it really just brings out the natural lighting itself, because it reflects off of all these bright surfaces and sort of fills the shadows in the room and makes it feel bigger. But right over here, tucked away past the kitchen, we actually have the master bedroom. So we've got garage and mudroom down in that direction. This is a very interesting powder room or half bathroom. It's going through its emo phase at the moment. They decided to paint the decor black, so this one is very moody and angsty, but the rest of the house is nice and white and bright, so you don't got to worry about that decor all throughout. But over here we have the master itself. Again, nice big windows. You get this vaulted ceiling and everything with the decorative crossbeam and whatnot that we may be able to show off here, and if not, we'll get some B-roll footage of it. But continuing on into the corner, we have the master bath over here. And you may catch a glimpse of Tom in the mirror as we go by, but you do get the double vanity over here with like this marble-esque quartz over here, which is a really nice touch. And you get the nice bright chrome finish hardware on everything. Standing shower with the frameless shower glass, which is a really nice touch. I know a lot of builders don't do that standard, but over here you have a nice standalone tub over here with built-in hardware on the wall. So really nice touches overall there, as well as a very well fleshed out master closet. So the master closet, you know, you've got your racks and shelves that you would normally have in there, but I do really love these built-ins, especially stuff like this, because you don't want to have to buy extra furniture and stuff like that just to tuck into some corner in your closet when you can already have a spot to just toss your extra stuff, your jewelry, your shoes, what have you. It's always really nice to have that extra storage option. But continuing on, let's go take a look at the secondary bedrooms real quick. And that's going to be across the house. So standing over here in the hallway on the other side of the house from the master bedroom, we do have a full-size bathroom here that is shared by the 2 secondary bedrooms, which are just on either side of the hallway here. And each of them also has their own linen closet just outside of the bedroom door right here, and same on the other side there. One thing I didn't point out while we were actually on the master bedroom side of the house, they do have a nice sized laundry room area next to the mudroom with its own countertops, wet sink, and plenty of room to put a full-size washer and dryer with space above head or overhead. One last thing I do want to point out, we're not going to go deal with it right now, but those big sliding glass doors do actually open up to a covered patio. It's not super huge, it's maybe just big enough for a small grill or a bistro set or something like that. Somewhere where you can just sit outside and have your coffee in the morning. All right, guys, be prepared to call me a liar down in the comments because we're back out on the back porch anyway. I know I said we wouldn't, but here we are, and I really wanted to come out here to show you guys exactly what half an acre actually looks like. So I know we talk about acreages and stuff like that for the lot that the house is on, but that doesn't really mean a lot to people because some people just don't know what an acre looks like. But right now, we just walked out of a 2,300 square foot house, and this is the backyard itself. So you probably had about 25 feet from the front of the house to the road, so you still get a good bit of front yard space, but you also get a ton of backyard space. So this is more than enough for the kids to go do wind sprints up and down the backyard until they hit the fence line, which, speaking of, this brown fence over here to my right is about where the backyard would end. They don't have a fence set up for this one just yet because nobody's bought it. Obviously, it's not even sodded up, so it doesn't have grass or anything like that, but you can see the house behind me. We're a good ways out. So if you've got kids that like to ride bikes around and you don't want them in the street or anything like that, this is a ton of room for the little ones to go play and get their sweat on and get all tired before they have to come in for dinner, so you don't got to deal with their asses.
We are up the road a little bit further here in Coyote Crossing. This is the northernmost neighborhood that we're going to be checking out today. It's only about 10 minutes from the Godley city center, and that's mostly just because you're going through like residential roads to get in and out of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But it's a nice little neighborhood. I would say that there's like 4 builders out here. There's Bloomfield, Antares, Hawkins, and then Kenmark. That was the other one. Yes.
Yeah, so Bloomfield and Antares are what we would call production builders. They're also, they'll do like a semi-custom build, so they have some floor plans, you can move a little bit of stuff around. Hawkins, which I don't think they have a model out here.
No.
But Hawkins and Kenmark are both custom builders, so if you want something custom, those would be the guys to talk to. And, but yeah, I mean, well, how was the Bloomfield product? Pretty similar to Star Ranch?
The Bloomfield one was nice. It's going to be part of their tradition or classic series. So it's like they're full size. It's not like a garden home or anything like that. It was decent. Little 2-story model that they had set up. We'll have some B-roll footage going across at some point here. But all in all, not a bad product. Yeah,
and the Antares home, the homes out here, I mean, they're pretty typical of what you're going to see on like a 50 or a 60-foot lot. If you've been anywhere with an Antares home. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get footage of the model home. There were some folks there, so we got some footage of another house that's on the ground here. And this is going to give you a good idea of what a spec home looks like, kind of their finish outs. They don't have 8-foot doors. I guess those aren't standard out here. Antares does have, I think they do a good job with a lot of their floor plans of having extra countertop space. And so that was no different in the house that we toured today, but that one was a pretty decent size, had a pop-up. But most of the homes out here, I think, are going to be similar in price point to Wildcat Ridge.
Yeah.
So on the downside, you don't get the gated community. And in Wildcat, you also have a lot more builders to choose from in there. Most of those are custom builders that will do a semi-custom or a custom build for you. And then the other, and the price point, they're about the same, right? $400 to $550.
Yeah, you're getting a similar lot size, a similar product.
Oh yeah, should have led with that. Half-acre lots here.
Oh yeah, so these, I mean, one of the staples of Godley is, wide open spaces, so.
Yeah, the only downside is, for me anyways, on this, is all the fences here are wood picket fences. And like, I don't know if you noticed that Wildcat Ridge, a lot of iron fences out there.
Yeah, they were the nice, they had like the wire across them and everything like that. They looked really good.
So I like that. Well, some people may not like it for privacy.
Right.
But it does also make everything feel bigger.
Yeah.
But the other downside here is Godley can get really windy. It's really windy today, and that's why we're filming inside the truck.
So you can hear us.
Yeah. And so anyways, that's one of those things that I just look at this and I'm like, man, I hope they buried those poles an extra 4 feet deep, because, over the next 5 to 10 years, or even sooner, like you get some of these, straight line winds coming through, like that windmill over there it
is flying right now. Hold on. Let me see if we can get this on camera. You can kind of see it like
right there. It's gonna be hard because I got the rear facing camera right now, but it is going full tilt.
And if you're wondering how windy does Godley get, there's another windmill that just gave up.
Yeah, it was
I'm done. But anyways, good little neighborhood. A lot of folks moving here from South Fort Worth, Crowley, Burleson, Benbrook, kind of trying to get further away from the city, get a little space. So if that's you, this could be a real good option.
So welcome back to the studio, guys. We wanted to give you a little bit of a rundown on a couple of the neighborhoods that we didn't have tours for. They were just smaller or just unassuming, so it was easier to just talk it over and show you guys B-roll footage. But
and we were running out of time.
Yeah, it was also getting a little dark. It's winter, so we don't have as much daylight to work with. But Godley Ranch was the first one that we saw after what was it, Coyote Crossing. And it was nice. It was a little 2-lane neighborhood. They've got spec homes on the ground. It was Bloomfield, Clarity Homes, and History Maker were the builders there, and like they've got a decent product. It's more of an affordable neighborhood, so they've got price ranges from like $275 up to about $460. But like a median home in this neighborhood is going to be like a 4.3 with about 2,300 square feet sitting on a sixth of an acre, and it's going to cost you about $360,000. But you do have a couple of builders to choose from with different floor plans and things like that to fit your needs. But this is definitely going to be more your cookie cutter suburban type neighborhood.
Yeah, and this one is kind of like right behind the high school, so you'd be pretty close to that. I don't know if that's a plus for you or a minus. But and then also it did look like a lot of the lots in there were pretty small. There was one guy that like managed, I say guy, one family that managed to get a pool in their backyard. It was like
on a sixth of an acre.
That's
impressive.
It was, but it did look like there were a couple lots that were a little bit bigger on the side, on one of the sides anyway. So
yeah, definitely one of the draws is this one's like right off of not Main Street, but the crossroad there,
the main highway that runs
the main highway. So you have like direct access to basically anywhere.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Anyways, let's get back to the tour. Hey, also, we are in Hadley Farms now. I know we just took a look at Godley Ranch, and these are going to be similar as far as the size of the lots go and the homes. But if you look at this neighborhood, there is such a big difference. There's so much character in these homes, and this entire neighborhood is DoubleRock Homes. This is one of my favorite builders out here. They actually are a local builder. They actually office right in the downtown area of Godley. But anyways, we're gonna take a look at this house, show you kind of some of the stuff that they do, and then we got kind of a cool thing that these builders do that I don't know of any other builder that does. We're gonna take you to another place to tell you about that. All right, so right off the bat, I should have mentioned this outside, but we have, obviously you don't see greenhouses all that often. It was pretty cool having the green with the copper accent and all that kind of stuff. So this is a spec home, right? So normally you don't see all these kind of bells and whistles in a house like this, but let's take a quick peek here. So right off the entryway, you're gonna have 2 secondary bedrooms, and you've got a bathroom right here. And this is really, I mean, this has got that farmhouse look to it. And I think they did a really good job. Stepping in here, this bedroom's not huge. It's probably 10 by 11. You do have a little bit lower ceilings on the sides there, just from basically the way the house was framed up. This one is feels a lot larger because of the roof line, but it's probably about the same size. And then we're gonna make our way here. Okay, all right, here's the other thing. This might be the smallest office I've ever seen in a house. But if you're somebody that just needs like a little closet, then this may be perfect for you. Otherwise, you could use it as a closet or something like that. But I know programmers like to be in the dark. They like to have small spaces, maybe good for them. But anyways, this is obviously the living room. Nice open space here. Love the fact that they have this oversized island here, so you could probably sit 4 to 5 people here if you're having folks over. And really nice finish out. This is, I'm pretty sure this is a marble, so you're not typically supposed to put marble in a kitchen or a bathroom because it's more susceptible to stain, but if it's dense enough, sometimes it works. So this is a really nice finish here. They took it all the way up the backsplash as well.
But another thing to mention, these are all custom cabinets. So a lot of times when you get into this price point, you're gonna see pre-manufactured cabinets that the quality is just not as high, but not with these guys. And then another thing here, like I love these picture windows, right? You don't normally see this in an 1,800 square foot house, right? But big picture windows, they also did, I don't know if this is like a farmhouse wainscoting or whatever you would call it here, but just nice finishes. And another thing to mention about these type of finishes, so again here, you have this really cool fireplace. You've got this extra wide, so this is gonna be an electric, right? But this is extra wide, goes all the way to the top, and then they did wood accent on the entire wall, the mantle, and it actually matches your beams in the entryway and your front door. So it's like these little things that DoubleRock does, even with their specs, is just really cool. Another thing to mention, DoubleRock always insulates their homes as well, so they're super tight. It's gonna be your laundry room. We got the garage right behind us. And then let's show you the master. And I actually don't know how big this house is. If I had to guess, probably 1,700 square feet. But this is gonna be your master bedroom. And this opens up into your bathroom. Again, really cool details. I mean, just the fact you've got a little bench here to sit on. They've done the wall up real nice. I mean, all this kind of stuff, just the little details, really nice, especially in a house this size. And of course, you've got a walk-in closet here. Nothing crazy, ridiculous or anything, but well, let's jump over. I want to show you I want to show you another house and talk about something else that's kind of unique that DoubleRock does. All right, so we're in another DoubleRock home, and again, can't say enough about their finish outs. Like this kitchen, super cool. You've got these uppers with the glass up top, nice countertop, just really well done. But one of the things that I feel like happens a lot of times is you go into these model homes and the homes look amazing, and then you go to buy a spec home and it's just like super bland, right? And you're like, how come my house doesn't look as amazing as that? Well, DoubleRock solved that problem. Basically, they, you know, if you want to buy the house and all the staging furniture they have in it, just take a look at this. I mean, this table is really cool. It fits this space perfectly. Also love, again, these big picture windows behind it. But if that's the case, they have a line, it's called DoubleRock, I believe, decorated homes. So if you want to buy the house with everything in it, say you love the couch, the rug, whatever, they actually sell homes with everything in it, except for, I'll show you this. The mattress. You don't get the mattress. So this one's already been sold and they took the mattress. You got to get around. I think, okay, little side note, most people when they stage a house, they actually use air mattresses instead of real ones. So that's why you're not supposed to sit on them. But anyways, real cool deal. And I guess the real question is, how much would you pay to have your house professionally staged and decorated? But anyways, before we take off, just wanted to show you guys this bathroom. I just thought the shower is really cool. I mean, this thing's massive. Yeah, 2 different shower heads, all that kind of stuff. Just, again, real nice finish outs. But this is Hadley Farm, so if you are interested in this, please do reach out to us, and we got more.
Okay guys, so we're here in the middle of nowhere Godley off of some numbered county road, and I say that in the best of ways, not to say that there's nothing around here, but really there's nothing around here. And it's great because I can't hear cars, I can't hear the city, I can't hear people. It's nothing but just a soft breeze coming through here right now, and it's awesome. And right now we're standing in front of a DoubleRock home. They actually are building a special lineup here along this road. I think it's just going to be kind of a one-off build thing, but they've put these houses on 1-acre lots. These things are huge. And this one behind me is going for mid 500s, I believe, 550, 560. I'm probably a little bit off the mark on that one, but it's around that ballpark. And for 2,100 square feet, a 3-2, this thing is awesome. So let's go take a look at it real quick. Man, so you might have caught a glimpse of it as we walked in there, but as we walk through these double wooden doors here, you're immediately greeted with this giant open foyer area that it cascades into your formal dining room over here. And you do have a little bit of separation because you have like these cross member style tray ceilings going on here in the area, which It keeps it open, but it also creates like a separate area from the rest of your open space. But again, as soon as you walk in, you're greeted by all of this here. You've got your living room directly ahead of you. You've got this beautiful kitchen set up with the eat-on island over there as well. Before we get to all that though, tucked away over here in the corner, I think this is a very unique spot for it, is going to be a little office space. You might be able to use this as like extra storage, maybe like a cabinet for your china or your wine or something like that. All in all, a really good utility space that I think is in a really good spot right here next to the formal dining area. But continuing on past that, we do get slightly higher ceilings. These are probably 12, 14 foot ceilings up here. You do get the decorative cross beams and everything like that. That really ties all this together, because this is almost a farmhouse feel, but they've gone with a little bit, it's almost like farmhouse with the corners rounded down. It's not hard farmhouse, but it does have some of that aesthetic, which is really nice because it goes well with things like the dark tile and stone accents and everything like that, this wooden mantle and everything. It really ties everything together, as well as right behind you guys right there, we've got this cool wall-to-wall glass door here that I'm always a huge fan of. We'll talk about the patio later because that's also a really cool feature. But actually here just to your right is going to be that eat-on island I was talking about. So you do get the farmhouse sink with the front apron over here. This is in stainless steel, as well as this awesome Forno cooktop stove here. This one's just a slide in, but this is a really high quality appliance, and DoubleRock does a really good job of making sure that everything that goes into their house is also really high quality. I do also really like this decorative range hood cover that they got going on here, from the vent itself all the way to the ceiling. And behind me they have an oversized pantry as well, with tons of storage next to your refrigerator nook over there. And then the last part of the kitchen I do want to show off is this right here. I thought this was a really cool idea. The table doesn't come with the house, but I feel like it fits it perfectly, because in the setup that they have here, they have obviously the table here, but around the table you may be able to see they've got like a little cubby bench kind of thing. So you've got like underfoot storage and everything there, but you also got a cool little bench that goes all the way around that you can set up in your breakfast nook and whatnot. Just a real creative ideas that these guys are throwing into their house. But actually over here, just past all of this, we've got the master bedroom that I'd like to show you guys real quick. And before we get to all that, you've got your garage over here to the left, as well as the mud bench setup and everything here. This is going to be your laundry room here, and I'm glad that these guys have started doing this, because I know this trend is really hot right now, where you have your master bathroom or your master closet tied into your laundry room, and these guys didn't miss the mark on that one either, because continuing around this way, the master bedroom here, nice high tray ceiling with the coffered beams and everything like that up top. They got this cool accent wall. It almost looks like a stone or something going on here. I think it's just a wallpaper texture, but these windows over here in the corner letting in tons of natural lighting. Almost blinded myself looking out it and caught the sun in my eye. But just beyond this, we have the master bathroom with lovely standing tub. You've got the half glass shower wall over there. It's not frameless, but the door is. And then you also get these his and her vanities as well. So, you know, her mess is over there, your mess is over here, vice versa, what have you. A water closet right here, just in the corner before we hit the master closet. And then you get plenty of storage for all your shoes, shirts, pants, what have you, that you don't want to leave laying out on the bed, but you eventually do, because nobody likes folding laundry. And speaking of which, you don't have to go far to do it, because you get a cool little bit of counter space here for storage and prepping and folding laundry, some overhead storage here, plenty of room for a full-size washer dryer setup, as well as top loading, which I know sometimes they love to put cabinets right there across the top. Unfortunately, to use front loading, but if you like top loading, these guys left you the option. But continuing on over here, I want to show you guys the secondary bedrooms real quick before we head outside. But over here, these bedrooms do actually share a full-size bathroom. It's got the shower tub combo. I do like the hexagonal floor tile that they got set up over here. The secondary bedrooms over here, they're a decent size. They're not anything huge, but it's slightly larger than like a standard size. It's maybe a 12 by 12. You do get the double door closets. These aren't walk-ins or anything like that. But for a kid's bedroom, it's more than enough for them to hang up the school uniforms or clothes or whatever they might have. But let's go ahead and take a look at the back patio, because this thing is really cool. All right, guys. Well, I'm glad I really got a chance to show this off because some of them don't do this, but this is one of these sliding glass doors. This one is really cool because it goes all the way, and I'm not going to show it right now, but it actually pockets into this wall, so you get this nice giant porthole, almost like a breezeway from your covered patio into your living room. On days like this where it's not too hot, not too cold, and the weather's just right, you can just have that sense of openness in your living room that I really love and enjoy personally. But one thing that I do really want to point out is this awesome covered patio. It's almost the entire length of the house. As you can see over here behind me, we've got like a wood fireplace over there built in, and then on the other side here we actually have a gas kitchenette, outdoor kitchen here with the grill and everything like that. A really cool addition to the outdoor space that they built over here, and I think it's awesome because this is something that whenever you have this much land, you kind of want to show off the fact that, you know, the outdoors. Like if we look over here, the fence line would be, they don't have a fence installed right now, but obviously the fence line would be way back down there past where that grass is growing up. Like an acre is a lot of land to put a house that's only about 2,100 square feet on like this. And I think a lot of people may not be able to gauge that until they actually see it. But this is really what Godley living is all about, getting away from the city, getting all that elbow room you need to where you're not bumping into your neighbors every day. And I feel like DoubleRock really hit the mark on this one because these guys, they're putting in a lot of things into their houses that aren't just random bells and whistles. It's not just the latest and greatest things. It feels like it's built by somebody who actually had lived in a house that was missing something vital, and then they were like, let me remember that for whenever I go to build my house. It's things that you didn't know you needed that you definitely want in a house, and they're really seeing that vision with everything that they build, including this awesome house.
All right, and our last stop of the day, we didn't actually do a walkthrough. I mean, so last stop of the day was Starlight Ranch, which we were trying to beat this. Dang it.
There's a pun in there somewhere, guys.
I know. It's the end of the day. Something was going
Starlight,
down.
daylight, yeah.
We're trying to make it before Starlight was the only light in the sky. Okay. Anyways, this is a neighborhood. They've got 1 acre lots out here. This is all custom builder territory. There are a lot of inventory homes where builders will build customs. We did get a chance to look at a DoubleRock home out there, which was
really cool.
Pretty sick, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All the stops, metal roof. They had glass doors on the garage, and just a really cool layout. The master bathroom was giant.
Yeah, I like a lot of the aesthetic choices too, because it wasn't just the hardware that was standout. They had things like the hidden spice rack that you showed me that I almost completely missed.
Oh, that was Coppenger.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
well, that
yeah,
was pretty cool
that
too.
Was cool too.
But they also had like the cool accents on the side of the island, and like the decorative pieces on the mantle area.
Yeah, really cool touches, and that's it's kind of what DoubleRock does, right? But this is gonna be, I guess, this is gonna be like this is like the most luxurious neighborhood, I guess, that we toured all day. It was real quiet. I mean, you just, with acre lots, you just get the, people driving home or taking off. And it looked like there were a lot of folks out there that created their own kind of oasis. So there's not any amenities out there other than, I guess
big lot sizes.
Yeah. But like there's one guy one family that had a pool, and then they had a pond down below it. And there are some bigger lots in there. So like most of these are on 1 acre lots. I did see that there's some 2 acre lots out there as well. And the price range, so most of the homes out there are going to run from 2,500 to 3,500 square feet. And there are obviously some bigger houses out there, but you're going to end up spending somewhere probably between 600 and 900,000 in this neighborhood. And I would say worth it.
Yeah, that's just on the house though. You got to set a couple $100,000 aside for that cool like man cave that you're going to build in the back.
Yeah.
There's a lot of metal buildings in the backyards too.
There's one. There was like the shop that had this overhang that opened up to the pool.
Oh yeah,
that's
super
nice.
Cool.
Yeah. So if you're looking for that, that oasis. I mean, I feel like that's the best way to say it. Yeah, where you can see the stars at night. Yeah, this is it. Speaking of which, so you guys, congratulations, made it to the end of the video. We're gonna talk a little bit about a new development down there that is unlike a lot of things that you're gonna see. Pretty spectacular. And this is definitely a luxury neighborhood. It is called Martin Creek Martin Creek Ranch, golly.
Mm-hmm.
And anyways, really cool spot. Like you, number one, it's a gated entry. It's set up. I mean, the setup kind of feels like Colorado.
Oh yeah, it does.
With the cedar posts and signs and everything that they have out there. But all of these are going to be 10-acre lots or bigger. So lots of space out there, and they had a lot of different. There's some elevation out there. So if you wanted some land that's got trees and things like that, they've got it. If maybe you have horses you like to ride and you're looking for a spot, they also had some lots that were like open fields. So depending on what you want, there's some options out there, and these are all going to be custom homes built out there. So the whole vision behind this was basically the developers were thinking, hey, where would we like to live?
Right.
And they wanted to have a place that was kind of secluded with a lot of land, and so they could, not be right up on their neighbors, kind of secluded. And the backdrop is pretty amazing. There's like a plateau back there as well.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And they're going to have like a gathering area. So like they'll probably have a little park. I know Daryl was talking about putting in a pretty sizable lake to stock, and so you can go fishing out there as well. And so all that's in the work, and we're going to have an interview with him. He's the owner of DoubleRock Homes, and so we've got that coming up as well. So subscribe if you hadn't already. But it sounds pretty awesome. We were just driving through there. We ran into some cattle.
Yeah, there was a watch party of cattle just sitting there as we drove by, staring at us.
And a zebra donkey.
Yeah. Did you get footage of that?
I did, yeah.
I know we scared it off with the drone, but I didn't know if we actually got footage.
Yeah, I was going to see how close we get. But yeah, that was pretty cool. And then it's not going to be uncommon to see deer out there. I know they've got a high game fence. I think that borders the property somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where it is. Mm-hmm. Again, go ahead and subscribe for that next video when we interview them. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed our tour of Godley. As always, we've got, this is another big thing. If Godley, you think it's a place for you, or if it's not, and you want to receive properties that are in your price range or detailed to what you want, or you want certain neighborhoods, if you go to our website, tomsexrealty.com/search, we got a little survey there. We'll set you up exactly with what you want instead of trying to make it all happen through a Zillow or something like that. But anyways, if you guys are looking to buy or sell, remember to keep calm. Call Tom.